as I was saying, I don't trust the media. Because, first of all, I've had several experiences with the media myself. So in regards to Michael Jackson, I can clearly say, I don't believe everything the media tells me. Because, let me give you an example. I have been written about, like I said, with my paranormal experiences. Also, I've been in the paper alongside my husband when he had his wildlife project. I mean, to be quite fair, I thought the wildlife articles, because they were local news, much more honest, and the reporters were much more valid. But then again, it was newspapers, it wasn't television. And on the paranormal side, I have appeared in both newspaper, magazine, and on television, twice on television, in fact. And the thing, and radio, right? Now, when I first went public about my paranormal experiences, hold on, there's a guy out there on my other computer. As you hear it on the background, I'm just trying to get it to come off here. Hopefully you can hear me over it. It's one of my favorite programs, by the way, in case you guys are wondering. And I have actually been in communication with him about something my husband told me about recently, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, as I was saying about the media, the media, when I first went public, I did it as a favor to Tony Dodd, who interviewed me, and he did my regression, because what it was, he was asked to go on this program called Central Weekend Television, which was filmed in Birmingham, and this was back in 1993, and he rang me up, and, he rang me up, not the television crew. He rang me up and asked if I would be willing to appear alongside him and a couple other people he had interviewed. And being that he was kind enough, because I didn't have to pay for the regression therapy. I didn't have to pay for any of it. I didn't have to pay any travel costs or anything like that. And I thought, well, seeing as how he helped me out, it's the least I could do for him, because I don't, believe me, having a part of your life missing, 3 hours of your life missing, you may not think that's a lot, but it was a lot to me, because it was a chunk of my life I couldn't account for, and if I hadn't been for Tony, I would have known about it. So, although I knew what happened prerequisite, but I didn't know what happened in the 3 hours that was totally lost out of my life. So I felt I owed him a favor, and I thought that's the least I could do for him, because as far as I'm concerned, he gave me my life back. He gave me back those 3 hours. Okay, 3 hours isn't a lot, you say. It is when you don't know what happened, and you're a child when it happens. 3 hours might as well be 3 years or 30 years. To have that time missing in your life and not understand why you can't account for it, and knowing that there is in fact a blank, and then when you're older, having your parents tell you that did happen, you want to fill in the gaps, okay? So I was tremendously grateful to Tony to help me fill in the gaps, so I thought, yeah, no problem, I'll do that for him, no problem. But little did I know what was going to come out of it. First of all, the program itself turned out to be quite interesting. If you ever get a chance to see it, you'll notice the smoke alarms or fire alarm rather turn itself on that's a different story itself. Remind me to tell you sometime. But anyway, um, so anyhow, I did this interview on Central Weekend, and while I was there, this little man came up to me, and when I mean little, I mean compared to the statuesque heights of the other people in the room, he was quite small. He couldn't have been much taller than me. I'm 4'11". That's probably on tiptoes as well. Um, anyway, uh, he came up to me. His name was Albert Budden. He said he was writing a book, and would I be willing to share my story with him? Well, I wasn't too keen on the book idea, but he said he had this theory about something to do with electromagnetics, and I thought, okay, I was willing to listen to his theory, but I didn't really understand what he was getting at. So, he asked me a series of questions, and you gotta remember, I was really tired when he started asking me these questions. I just got off, it was Birmingham from where I lived here in Norfolk. It's a heck of a journey, and I wasn't well then. So, I was quite tired, and I answered his questions as best I could, and everything. Next thing I know, I get a copy of his book, Allergies and Aliens. Well, I was misquoted, and I informed him of that fact. Well, it didn't stop there. Later on, it turned out that he wrote this book, and I lent out the copy. I'm going to get another copy, but I'm the Norfolk girl, by the way, in electric UFOs. The TNG, that's me. And there's actually some, how do I put it? He's misrepresenting me in some bits of it. He's misrepresenting the facts. Um, he's made out that the demographics of where I was in relation to my experience was somewhere where it wasn't. He's got the information was wrong. First of all, he claims that I was married to a man who was 30 years my senior. Oh, God. My husband was only, at that time, 17 years my senior, which my present husband was only 10 years my senior. The age is neither here nor there. But the fact is, I was grossly misrepresented in the book. And also, before he put this other book out, Electric UFOs, he never contacted me or never tried to find out where I was to ask my permission if he could use me. So hence, he decided, I'll use her story, but I won't use her name. Not knowing that I was going to do a little bit of research of my own to find out if he did produce any other books, because I had a sixth sense or a feeling that he had used me in one of his books. And he also made the mistake of labeling it the TNG, the Norfolk Girl. Because I could, everything about it, because he made a mistake of using certain locale, which was only, that I knew for a fact was me. There was no mistake in it, no two ways about it. In other words, he had key facts that I recognized mixed in with information that didn't tally, and he even stated my view, which I never stated. I hate that when people do that, because I got that when my disability first came on. People were doing the thinking for me and telling me how I felt, and that's not on. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to have to stop again to get part 3. But that is only one way that the media has misrepresented me. The other one was in Sunday People. I was raped by aliens. I don't understand how, because what they done to me was no different than what